Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Game Changer. Today, to talk about Group H with Spain, with Uruguay, with Cape Verde, and with Saudi Arabia. Which today I just posted a tweet talking about them because for me is the most surprising team when I was watching them, at least in the last friendly games because they just changed coach. But yeah, we'll go to them the last ones, and we will start with Spain. Spain, that they are the recent champions in the Euro 2024, that they have kept the same core of players and with the same coach, with Luis de la Fuente, who took over after the 2022 World Cup. That they have been keeping the same players, the same 11, similar ideas in the playing style. Not exactly the same 11, but yeah, there are a few positions, some changes, but very similar at least. So yeah, let's start talking about the lineup. I think it's confirmed, at least what I read in the media, that probably David Raya will be the goalkeeper, the starting goalkeeper. There has been a lot of talks in Spain about who will be the starting goalkeeper, because obviously Luis de la Fuente has put a lot of confidence on Unai Simon during last years, but he didn't have the best season in La Liga. And then Joan Garcia, obviously, who is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, who had a great season with Barcelona. So yeah, they have actually three elite goalkeepers, I will say, but David Raya, who had obviously an incredible season in Premier League, being champions and also arriving into the final of the Champions League, the 30 years old, will be the starting goalkeeper.
Welcome to The Game Changer, a community built for people who want to understand football beyond the surface level. Here, we bring you closer to professional football through masterclasses, interviews, and team analysis. We break down tactical trends from around the world with clips covering collective aspects, individual aspects, and set pieces. We have also created the ideal space to connect, share ideas, and build synergies among members within our platform and weekly discussion group. Every week, you'll have access to matches in tactical camera view to keep elevating your football knowledge and discover a new way of understanding the game. Join the Game Changer today.
Then I think the back line for me is quite clear. We'll see Cucurella in the left side, the 27-year-old playing for Chelsea. Aymeric Laporte, the 32 years old, playing for Athletic Bilbao, who came back to La Liga 6 months ago to get ready for this World Cup. Then Pau Cubarsí, only 19 years old, the Football Club Barcelona right centre back. And in the right, we'll see Marcos Llorente, a very versatile player who can play in midfield, who can play wing back, and can play also right back, the 31 years old Atlético de Madrid player. I think the back four is quite clear. Obviously, Eric Garcia can be also an option as a centre back and also as a right back. I think Marc Pubil, who had an incredible season with Atlético de Madrid, can also be an option in centre back, because he has been playing centre back, even though his best position probably is fullback, or I don't know anymore, because this year he has been playing so good as a centre back that I think he can do both very well. In midfield, I think we'll have Rodri as a number 6, the 29 years old, playing for Manchester City, alongside Pedri, the 23 years old, playing for Barcelona, who had a more consistent season this year without many injuries. And Fabian will be the other midfielder, the PSG player, the 30 years old, who played the Champions League final as a starter. And yeah, obviously, Luis de la Fuente also has a lot of options in midfield with Zubimendi, with Gavi, with Mikel Merino, even with Dani Olmo, who I put him in the left wing, because Nico Williams had many problems with injuries this season, and yeah, Luis de la Fuente has been trying with a profile like him, with also Alex Baena in the left wing position, but coming inside. Will be more of a player that plays between the lines than a wide player like can be Nico Williams. But yeah, I expect Dani Olmo to start at least some games in where Spain will have more the ball, no? In some transitional games, I think Nico Williams might be a better option than Dani Olmo. In front, we'll have Oyarzabal, the 29 years old, playing for Real Sociedad, who will alternate, I think, with Ferran Torres. No, I think Oyarzabal will be more of a false nine, coming deep also to participate, to combine, and then Ferran Torres will be a better player in more to attack space in behind, for off the ball runs, and also in transition moments. No, in the right side will be Lamine Yamal, 18 years old only, but already a star, the Football Club Barcelona player that this season had a few injuries, but seems that he will be fit for the World Cup. And yeah, Victor Muñoz is a player that I would like to watch also, because he made a great impact in La Liga this year. Young player also. He can play as a winger. And there's one player who won't be in the World Cup, unfortunately, who is Fermin, which I think he was supposed to be important in this World Cup as a left winger coming inside, maybe as a number 10, but yeah, he had an injury a few weeks ago, so he will not be available. No, so mainly I would say that a couple of dubs in the lineup, especially in the Fabian position, in Dani Olmo position. Goalkeeper, I think it will be Raya. And then I think Oyarzabal will play quite much, but also we'll see Ferran Torres playing and being important. Same with players like Mikel Merino. I think he will be important also. And yeah, probably also Zubimendi will start some games. So this is mainly the idea on how Spain will play under Luis de la Fuente, the 64 years old coach. And we'll see now in this average position that they have been playing two ways. One is like the 4-3-3, no, with one winger more wide, no, and yeah, the classic 4-3-3. But the other option they have is more of a. You can see here the number 10, Dani Olmo, coming more inside and playing this kind of box inside, with maybe instead of playing someone like Lamine Yamal in the right, playing like more of a in the right side, playing a player like Ferran Torres, for example, no, that attacks the space in behind. Obviously, Lamine Yamal will start every game, but yeah, he might be at times isolated in the right side, where Spain tries to overload the center, and then we can see a more offensive left back. For example, in this image, we can see the number 22. I'm not sure if in this game was Cucurella, but yeah, and in the right side, Marcos Llorente staying more deep, no, staying more for the transition, even though maybe it's not his best role, but Marcos Llorente can bring his athleticism and his physicality for the rest defense. That will be important, and it's something that Luis de la Fuente has done very well in the Euro 2024, no, to keep the rest defense. But yeah, these are the two variations. So mainly, there's a lot of common sense on why Spain plays, and they have been keeping the same ideas, similar players. So yeah, this is for me a big part of the reason why they have been succeeding. And yeah, I'm excited to see them also in this World Cup. And I also think they have these two options, no, to play more like overload the center with the left winger, or play a bit more transitional against bigger opponents with Nico Williams in the left side. Something that they do very well is they are able to play third man situations. For example, here with Dani Olmo dropping to play with Rodri and find the free player. This was the game against Serbia. You can see here another example, no, with Pau Cubarsí playing to Dani Olmo again to find Rodri. No, that's something that like a pattern that they use a lot. So yeah, what I already mentioned is that we might see, if we see one fullback attacking, for example, the half space, we might see much more Cucurella than the right fullback. In this case, Pedro Porro. You can see here Pedro Porro stays, and then Ferran Torres is the one wide open in the right side. No, this is another example of Cucurella again attacking the space in behind. And yeah, if there's a fullback that will join, will be the left one, I think. And one of the reasons is because Spain will put at times the left winger inside, no, between the between the lines, like profiles like Dani Olmo, like even Alex Baena, they can be important in that position. Even Fermin will not be there, but he has been playing also in that position, no? So yeah, I think Spain will build a lot in the left side. I'm not sure with Lamine Yamal if it will be the same. As I say, this season he has been injured, so he hasn't been playing that much with Spain. But yeah, we can see, for example, I think this was the game against Turkey or against Georgia, I don't remember, but we can see in the left side how much combinations they had, and much less than compared to the right side, and I think number 16 was Baena, but yeah, we can see how much of the ball they try to keep in the left side compared to the right side, but this could be also an option we might see in the World Cup, overloading the left side, accumulating passes there to then isolate Lamine Yamal in the right, and when it's possible, find him to obviously to create something with his 1v1. And with his quality also to put crosses, to combine inside, to play these diagonal balls inside, whatever. So yeah, I think this will be something interesting from Luis de la Fuente's team. And now we'll see a bit the role of Oyarzabal. We can see here how in the 4-3-3, Oyarzabal tends to drop deep between the two advanced midfielders, even in some situations even more deeper, as we can see here. And he might even receive from the center back. This is something that with Luis Enrique already, Spain was doing it with Morata, and we can see here how if they keep the two wingers wide, that's something that, for example, Luis Enrique and Luis de la Fuente did Luis de la Fuente did with Nico Williams and with Lamine Yamal, keeping the two wingers wide. Then they will allow, especially Oyarzabal, to come, and to drop and play and combine. He has obviously the quality to do this. And then usually what we see when Oyarzabal drops is that no, sorry, not this one. Yeah, not this one. Yeah, in this one. In this one, we can see how Oyarzabal is dropping between the opposition midfielders, and Pedri is making a run in behind, to create this space for Oyarzabal, or even to receive the ball. Obviously, Pedri is not the best, maybe making these kind of runs in behind to receive the ball, but he's intelligent to do it. And if we look at this picture and we start talking a bit about the defense, we can see for me, one of the keys of the Euro 2024 was the rest defense of Spain, the 2+3, with the two center backs plus Rodri plus the two fullbacks. I think having Rodri is so important for this team, because the ground he can cover, the intelligence to keep the position, the ability to win duels. I think he's great on this. So yeah, if you have a number 6 like him, it's a good idea to do this 2+3, rest defense. Cucurella and, for example, in this case, Pedro Porro or Marcos Llorente, they are fast enough for the rest defense, and their counter press also from Spain. We can see it in this image, how even the forwards, they are tracking back fast against Georgia after losing the ball. We can see how many players close to the ball they have. In terms of pressing, I think they will alternate between going more aggressive man-to-man against the bigger teams, but against teams like, for example, Georgia, or even against Turkey, or, for example, Serbia. I'm not sure against Turkey, but yeah, against Georgia, we can see here how they try to keep the +1 in the back line with Pau Cubarsí in this case. So they have Georgia has 3 attackers and Spain has 4 defenders. And we can see again a similar example in this game against Serbia, how they try to keep the +1 in the back. So they go usually with the 4-4-2 diamond, this classical 4-4-2 diamond. So what we might see is this: against the bigger teams, they might go a bit more man to man, but if not, they might keep the +1 in the back line. And yeah, if we take a look about the way they defend in a deeper block, they also have we can see here like the 4-4-2, but with one midfielder higher than the other. this is something that might happen and might be an evolution of the 4-4-2 diamond that when they press high, no, but they have also the option to play in a 4-1-4-1, no. Like in this example, no, we can see here against Turkey clearly the 4-1-4-1, and then in this situation they try to go more man to man if the opposition, for example, go with 3. No, we can see it here in this example, especially when the ball is in the side. No, that Ferran Torres steps to press, and in this case, the 3 attacking players from Spain, the 3 forwards, they are with the 3 Turkey center backs. So yeah, they might have these 2 variations, no, the 4-1-4-1 and also the 4-4-2. So yeah, those are the main ideas of Spain. Excited to see them playing in this World Cup and see what they can do. Time now to talk about Uruguay. Uruguay that will face teams like Spain, like Saudi Arabia, and like Cape Verde, but that they have been going through a lot of issues with Marcelo Bielsa, I will say, during last month. But yeah, Marcelo Bielsa is one of my favorite coaches, an inspiration for me. I was coached by one of his disciples, Martin Pose, who played under him in Vélez Sarsfield and also in Espanyol in La Liga. And yeah, so that's one of the reasons why Martin Pose was also coaching here in Spain. And he coached me when I was 18, 19 years old. And yeah, I'm not a big defender at all, but yeah, because of my left-footed build-up, Martin Pose started to trust me. So, and he had a big influence from Marcelo Bielsa. So yeah, he allowed me to play quite much when I was very young, 18, 19 years old. So he trusted me a lot, and that when my career started, to be honest, because for a player like me, it was difficult to make it into professional level because I didn't have the physicality and the size. But yeah, so that's why Marcelo Bielsa is one of my inspirations. Maybe without him and Martin Pose, I wouldn't be a professional football player. So yeah, I've been following Marcelo for a long time in Leeds, in Uruguay. One time I sent him a letter through a teammate that was the captain of Cuba, and they played against him, saying thank you and everything. I don't think he ever got that letter, but yeah, at least I tried. And yeah, it's one of my inspiration, not only as a football coach, but as a person and the way he sees football. So yeah, let's with this introduction, let's move now to the lineup. First, in goal, I think we'll have Rochet, the 33 years old, playing for Internacional in Brazil. Then I think the 2 center backs will be Matias Oliveira, who is actually a left back, but with Uruguay has been playing as a left center back because Marcelo Bielsa gives a lot of importance to a left-footed center back for the way he wants to play. As a right center, we will see Ronald Araujo, the 27 years old, playing for Barcelona, who this season he hasn't been playing much. Then in the left, we'll see Piqueret, the 27 years old, playing for Palmeiras, a left back, and in the right, we'll see Varela, the Flamengo player, 33 years old, who now, when Wesley was there, the Roma player, was playing less, but now without Wesley, he has been playing more in Flamengo. Other options for the centre-backs position is Santi Bueno, the Wolves player, 27 years old, and Cáceres, the America player in Mexico, 26 years old. In the left-back position can also play Matias Viña. I'm not sure if Piqueres will play or Matias Viña. He has been using both. The 28 years old, playing for River Plate, Matias Viña. And then in midfield, I think it's quite clear, at least the position of Ugarte, the 25 years old, playing for Manchester United, who will be more of a number 6. Fede Valverde will be the number 8, the Real Madrid player, 27 year old. And then in the number 10 position, I think we will see Rodrigo Salazar, the advanced midfielder from Braga, who Sporting Lisbon just signed. Sporting Portugal, sorry, just signed for 30 million actually. And I think Rodrigo Salazar will play because the Arrascaeta, the Flamengo player, 32 years old, who I think if he will be fit, will be playing, will be starting. He's injured right now, and I'm not sure if he will be available to play the World Cup. So yeah, in the left side, we'll see Maxi Araujo, the left winger from Sporting also. 26 years old. In the right, I think we'll see Canobio, the 27 years old, playing for Fluminense. Marcelo Bielsa likes to play with natural-footed wingers. So yeah, I think we will see these two players, Maxi Araujo and Canobio, but also Pelistri, the Panathinaikos right winger, 24 years old, might be an option in the right side, in the right winger position. In front, I think we will see Darwin Núñez, the Al Hilal player, 26 years old. But Fede Viñas, the Oviedo center forward, Oviedo went down to La Liga 2, but Fede Viñas had a great season, scored a few goals, I think around 10. And yeah, the 27 years old can be also an option for the center forward position, and Marcelo Bielsa has been using him. Also, Aguirre has been playing there, but the Tigres player, I don't think he will be playing so much, but we will see. And then in the midfield, Bentancur, the Tottenham player, 28 years old, might be also an option to replace Ugarte or Fede Valverde in some games. So this is the Marcelo Bielsa expected lineup, the 70 years old coach. Let's take a look at their ideas. So yeah, basically we can see this is the game against England from the tactical camera. We can see the 4-3-3, very clear, no? With Valverde more as a number 8, the Rascaeta as a number 10, and Ugarte as a number 6. That's how they will try to build. In this situation, they were able to play the right back because kind of England was letting them to find the right back. Then they played to Varela, and then Varela was able to find a 1v1 in a 1v1 situation in front, no, against the back three of England. There will be a lot of movement, high mobility. We all know the Bielsa and his football idea. In front of the ball, there will be a lot of mobility, a lot of players changing positions. I would say the only fixed players are the two centre backs. I would say, and Ugarte, as we can see in this image, also at times can make some rotation, but I think will be more in the midfield, staying and give help in rest defense. But then the fullbacks, the wingers, even the advanced midfielders, Fede Valverde, the Rascaeta or Rodrigo Salazar, they will be moving a lot of mobility. That's what Bielsa likes. We can see here an example of a rotation that they do a lot is this one, with Ugarte moving to the right side, then the fullback pushing high, and the winger going inside. No? So they do this dynamically, and it's not easy to defend them because they are moving all the time, and you need to adjust these kind of situations. So yeah, we can see here in this image how in front, with Araujo's with the ball, but the players in front, they are moving a lot with, for example, the right winger dropping, but then the Varela, the right fullback, pushing up. This is a very common movement in the wide areas that they do a lot. We can see here another similar situation. In this clip, again, the two center backs, but yeah, a lot of players in front of the ball. No? So Uruguay will commit a lot of players forward. The rest defense at times will be just 2+1. It will be one of the most risky approaches in with the ball, and we'll see the defensive transition. But they are very good on the counter press. That I mean, they know that the rest defense is not good, so they need to really counter press very, very fast and then try to stop the play. But there are some other things that we might see with the ball will be this example. So yeah, something that they also do very, very often. For example, in this case, I think this is the Rascaeta dropping deep and receiving there and playing a diagonal ball for the fullback, while the winger is running inside, no, and to pin the left back. And we can see here another example in the same game against Peru, no, that they are able to find Ugarte inside, and Ugarte will play, or Betancourt will play Varela, the right fullback, while the winger, this case I think is Pelistri, no, will make a run between the center back and fullback position. No? This is a very common pattern from Bielsa's teams. We can see here another example of the importance of the diagonal balls. We might see Araujo also putting these kind of balls, and yeah, this is also important because Uruguay plays with natural-footed players, no? So in the left we'll see a left-footed player, and in the right we'll see a right-footed player. I think this is non-negotiable for Marcelo Bielsa. And yeah, that's one of the reasons I say that when the wingers move inside, the idea of the wingers is to attack the spacing behind right away. So yeah, we can see it here also in this image, no, that the idea is when you play inside, for example, with the attacking midfielder, then the idea is that to play wide, and then you can find crosses with a natural-footed winger, no? If we talk about Uruguay defensively, we can see here the counter press, how important it is. We can see here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players of Uruguay very close to the ball, and yeah, they will not go back in these kind of situations. It will be a bit of all or nothing. And we can see here that the rest defense is not the best, so they know that in the first seconds they need to try to get the ball back as soon as possible, because if they don't get the ball back, this is what can happen. No, they can get caught in transition in equal numbers, like we can see here against Peru, and you can see the scores. It's 1-0, so that doesn't mean like Uruguay, when they are leading, they will stay deeper. Bielsa has his own playing style, and he believes on it despite the result. No, so yeah, we'll see this like very brave approach, or naive, depends on how you see it, from Uruguay. And if we take a look more on a deeper block, we'll see like Uruguay playing a lot in man-to-man situations. This is a typical trait of Bielsa's teams, that they usually leave the +1 in the back, no? So they allow one of the center backs to have the ball, as we can see here, but the rest they are man-to-man, no? But only one of the center backs is free. It's something that Bielsa has been doing during all his career. We will see now another example here. That we can see Araujo, no, is the +1. We can see here the 2 forward with the 3, in this case, I think one of the midfielders and the 2 center backs, but the rest of the players are man-to-man, no, very man-oriented. So yeah, that's the idea of Marcelo Bielsa, to try to protect the backline with the +1, but the rest of the players they are following man-to-man, no, and we can see it here in the high press, how then in these situations, yeah, they go a bit more man-to-man, but still they try to keep the +1 in the back, as we can see here. But if the ball is played into the number 10, then I think Varela will probably step. But with this position, he's able to protect and help the 2. I think they are the 2 center backs, if I'm not wrong, the 2 center backs. So if there's a long ball, there's a 3v2, no? So yeah, that's mainly the ideas of Uruguay without the ball. And yeah, we can see even in situations where if the 2 fullbacks of the opposition they go up, then the 2 wingers of Uruguay, they are asked to work a lot defensively, and we can see here that they can be even in a 6-2. So formations is not important also, and it's difficult to talk about formations in Bielsa's teams because there's a lot of mobility, and also when you are man-oriented, the formation can be anything. So yeah, in general, those are the ideas of Uruguay and their playing style under Marcelo Bielsa. Time now for Cape Verde, Cabo Verde in my language, in Spanish. That they will be in this group and they will obviously have a chance to go through. They have a few players playing in good level in leagues like Turkey, like Portugal, in Russia, for example. So yeah, we might see. Also, they have a good left back, Sydney. We will talk about him playing in Benfica. Logan Costa, the Villarreal player. So yeah, they have decent players. They do some interesting stuff. I'm not. I wouldn't say I like them how they play a lot, but they have, as I say, a few interesting players, and they can also make like some good attacks. We'll see it later. But yeah, defensively, I have more doubts about them. So yeah, let's talk about the lineup. Bozinha will be in goal, 40 years old, playing for Chaves in Portugal. The left back, as I say, will be Sydney, the Benfica player. I think he's probably their best player, at least from what I have seen. Roberto Lopez, veteran centre back, 33 years old, playing for Shamrock Rovers in Ireland. Then in the right, Logan Costa, the 25 years old, playing for Villarreal. He actually just came back from injury. I think he had the ACL, and he played last two La Liga games for Villarreal, just a few minutes, I think 15 minutes in both. But yeah, probably he's one of their best players, so probably he will be starting. Wagner Pina, the Trabzonspor right back, 23 years old, will be playing in the right side. Lenini, the 29 years old, playing for Krasnodar, a player that can cover a lot of ground defensively, but is less clean with the ball. Then we'll see probably Jamiro Monteiro in the right half space, more of as a advanced midfielder, but when defending, being more of a center midfielder. The Pek Zwolle play in the Netherlands, 32 years old. And then Arcanjo, the 24 years old, playing for Vitoria Guimaraes, will be more the number 10. No, in the left, we might see Cabral, 27 years old, as a left winger, playing for Stella Amadora in Portugal. And then in the right side, we might see the captain, Ryan Mendes, 26 years old, playing for Igdir FC. And in the front, we'll see Libramento, the 25 years old, playing for Casa Pia. Other players that might have opportunity to play, Kelvin Pires, 26 years old, playing for Seinäjoki in Finland, a team I played against when I was playing in Finland, centre back. Steven Moreira, 31 years old, playing for Columbus Crew in the MLS. Might be an option also in the right back position. Deroy Duarte, 26 years old, playing for Ludogorets, center midfielder. Helio Varela, the Maccabi Haifa player, left winger, 24 years old. Willy Semedo, 32 years old, playing for Omonia, left winger also. And Nuno da Costa, the veteran attacker, center forward, 35 years old, playing for Basak Sehit. And the coach is Bubista, who is also from the country, 56 years old, who has been already many years with the team. So let's take a look at how they play. With the ball, is mainly a 4-3-3, no? With Lenini will be the number 6 alone, and then we will see one of the more of a number 8, but that push to the to stay between the lines, no? In this more classic 4-3-3, and then the other player, Arcanjo, who is actually a winger based in Transfermarkt. I haven't seen him play so much. But yeah, so he's playing in the number 10 position, so he might be a more of a attacking minded player. And something that they do a lot that I think it's interesting is this, that they might position the left winger very inside and give space for Sydney to push up, because he's a fantastic player. I like him. We'll see now a clip on him, a goal he scored. They scored with this situation. Let's take a look. First, in the 4-3-3, one of the center backs is able to find the 6. They are able to find the number 10 in the far side. They play with the winger right-footed, waiting for Sydney. And then Sydney crossing a great ball. That's a goal Cape Verde score, no? Starting from the back until the opposition box, no? And I think it's a great goal that represents what they try to do with the ball well. We're going to see now more clips about some of their goals. This is another goal they scored, and again, this is a goal from Sydney. And how he's able to finish also with his right foot, no? So he's a very interesting player who can play with both feet. We can see here that he was crossing with the left and scoring also the team. So yeah, he can like assist and also score goals, and with his right foot, even he's playing in the left, no? So might be an interesting player to keep an eye on him. And if we talk defensively, I already mentioned that I don't really like how they defend. I think they are a bit disorganized at times. They try to do like a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. But we can see here, for example, when they see in a deeper block, like the right winger not really closing inside, like not putting really pressure into the ball, like the far side pocket quite open. I don't know. I'm not a big fan on the way they defend. For example, against Chile, they concede four goals. We'll see now a couple of goals they concede against Chile, but yeah, we can see here that one of the centers midfielder is man-to-man, the other center midfielder is also man-to-man, but they are not in front of their direct opponent, no? They are behind. But in this case, the advanced midfielder, Arcanjo, usually is in front of his direct opponent, because they at some point they will also move to a 4-4-2, and they will try to apply pressure to the center. I don't like this kind of press, because you are already late when you jump like this, and then if the opposition is good, they can just play a third man and find the number 6. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of this way of pressing. And I think, as I mentioned, I think that they are not so organized defensively, but offensively they have some good ideas. But they also tend to do like mistakes. For example, we can see here in this clip against Chile, where even though they are winning 1-2 and they are one man down, they concede this transition. And the goalkeeper, I don't know where he's going in this situation, to be honest, but it was bad decision from him. And then Chile are able to score, no? And then we will see another clip. This is another goal they concede, no? With a second ball, and it feels like everything is in control, but then something happens, and you can see here, like, it's a bit of a funny goal, but they end up conceding this goal, no? So yeah, this is a bit about Cape Verde. Mainly, I will put an eye on the left back, on Sydney. I think he's a good player. Obviously, he's playing in Benfica, but yeah, he's interesting. Otherwise, I think like against Saudi Arabia will be a great match to watch, because it's a must win for both teams, and Saudi Arabia has also a quite interesting, more relational playing style. We'll talk now about them. Let's go with the last team of this group. One of the teams that I'm most excited to watch to play, because when I was trying to watch all the teams for this World Cup, they were the ones that I was more surprised about the way they play, because I watched them play live against Indonesia. I would say it was some months ago. And yeah, they were not playing at the same level that they are doing now. At least the game I watched against Ecuador, it was obviously, I don't want to be very conclusive about them, because I just watched the first half, and yeah, they still lost that game, and Ecuador was playing with many players that they will not be starting in the World Cup. But still, I think the intentions were very clear, and they are playing kind of a relational football, and it actually suits some of his players, no? And I was surprised, because Georgios Donis, the Greece coach, 56 years old, who was already coaching in the Saudi Pro League. He has been only in the job for like 50 days, no? So he has already been working well, and the intentions of the team are very clear. In the game I watched, they lost a few balls also in build up, and they struggled to score, but to be honest, the way they play, we'll see now a few clips. It was very fun to watch, at least fun to watch. Later we'll see if it works or not in the World Cup, but yeah, it makes sense, no? So yeah, let's move forward and start to talk about the lineup. In goal we have, sorry if the pronunciation is not the best, but yeah, it's not easy for me. But then in the goal will be Nawaf Al Akidi, 26 years old, playing for Al Nasser. He actually has an injury right now when I'm recording this, but yeah, probably will be the starting goalkeeper if he's fit. Then the two centers will be Abdullah Al Amri, 29 years old, playing for Al Nasser. Many of the players are playing either Al Nasser or Al Hilal. The left center will be Hassan Tambatki, 27 years old, playing for Al Hilal. The left back will be Motef Al Harbi, 26 years old, also playing for Al Hilal. The right fullback I think is the only one of this team who is playing in Europe, is South Abdul Hamid, who is playing for Lens, but he's on loan from Rome, 26 years old. The two midfielders will be Mohamed Kano, the 31 years old, playing for Al Hilal, a very physical midfielder. In the left side midfielder will be Abdullah Al Kaibari, 29 years old, playing for Al Nasser. As you can see, mainly we have four players from Al Hilal. No, 3 players from Al Hilal and 3 players from Al Nasser. For example, between the goal, the back line, and the two midfielders, and 1 player playing in Europe. Then in the left, Salem Al Dawsari, 34 years old, playing for Al Hilal, who will be more a player like a left winger who will be playing out wide. And the striker will be Firas Al Buraikan, 26 years old, playing for Al Ali. And my 2 favorite players of this team that are Musab Al Juwair, playing for Al Qadsia, 22 years old, playing in the left half space, a very agile player, good between the lines, good technique to combine, and very similar to Abu Al Shaman, no, who is actually is a right back, no, and in the Saudi Pro League plays as a right back, but in this team he plays as a right winger, but not a classical right winger, a right winger who moves inside and he plays between the lines, no. And something that we will see is him in the left side alongside Musab Al Juwair, no, playing both close to each other, so basically abandoning the right side to move into the left, no, and that's something interesting because he's actually a right back. And both Musab Al Juwair and Abu Al Shamad, they are 23 and 22, no, so they are very young, and I will not be surprised if I see them making an impact in this World Cup and moving into other leagues. But the Saudi Pro League has been improving in terms of the quality of the players that they are there, and yeah, Saudi also as a country has been investing a lot of money to improve their football, and yeah, I think that what I saw today in that friendly game, I don't know if they will succeed in the World Cup, but at least the intentions on how they want to play, they are very clear. Other options will be Ali Lajami in the centre back position, the 30 years old, playing for Al Hilal, Nasser Al Dawsadi, 27 years old, playing for Al Hilal also, and Khalid Al Ghanam, 25 years old, playing for Al Ettifaq. These are some players that Georgios Donis might use also, and they might be important, no? So let's move and let's take a look about the offensive clips. It's just 2 minutes, but there's some interesting 2 minutes. While I play this clip, I will be explaining a bit. So this is basically Abu Al Shamad, no? We can see already he's inside. We can see here 4 players in the middle, very relational, very short distances. And we can see Abu Al Shamad driving inside, playing this ball for Musab Al Juwair, we can see already his quality here. This is the midfielder, I Mohamed Kano. You can see again this combination from Musab Al-Juair, who is supposed to be in the left half space, but now he moved into the right side. What I said, that they play like a very relational style, at least mainly the two advanced midfielders. We can see the importance of the number 13, in this case the right back, closing inside. No, this is so important for relational teams to be able, no, to so they don't need to give the width, so they are able to protect the team in rest defense, and also to be close to the ball if they need to participate. No, we can see here, this is also important, the left winger Salem Al Dawsari staying wide, and the left fullback pushing into the left half space. But again, we can see Abu Al Shamad moving to the left side. And look at this combination. 1-2. Again, Musab Al Juair very involved. And look at this ball from him. And like a very clear chance. I think that's one of their problems. At least some of the Saudi Arabia fans, that they comment my tweet. They say that they are struggling to score chances. But we can see again in build up also taking risks. We can see here the combinations and how they are able to progress to the right back in this case. Find Musab Al-Juair between the lines and then try to put the ball to the left side. No, and yeah, I want also you to take a look at the striker, the number 9, because he's the one giving the width and the depth, mainly the depth, but the width also at times moving, especially to the right side, because the right winger Abu El Shamat is going inside. You can see again these kind of short combinations. Again in the left side, I think they progress much more from the left side than from the right side. Here they lose the ball, but yeah. Again, in build-up, in the 4+2, they play Abul Shamat between the lines, and they're able to progress. Not very clean, but they are able to progress also. I obviously didn't put it here, but they have some clips also that they lose the ball in build-up. It's worth mentioning it. So yeah, that's why I don't know how they will do in the World Cup, but at least that you can see the clear intention on how they play, and yeah, I hope I enjoyed watching them. So I hope they do good. You can see here again a 1-2, but I think the striker Firas Al Buraikan, I think he struggles a bit more to combine with his teammates compared to Abu El Chamad or to Musab Al Joair. We can see here again 1-2 played in this situation. The center back plays inside. Again to Musab Al Joair, finding Abu El Chamad, and trying to play this 1-2 between them. Abu Shama decides to play wide, and we can see again Salem Al Dawsari and Firas Al Buraikan. They are the two ones stretching the opposition backline. He's right-footed, as I mentioned, and yeah, here is the last example I think I have. Look at how many players approaching the ball in very short distances. Again, this is Abu El Shamat in the left side. Look at this. Last clip now. Again, coming low, playing this kind of 1-2s. A bit tricky, but as you can see here, you can see 4 players inside. They recycle back. And now they will find Abdullah Al-Kaibari in midfield, who will carry the ball forward and play with Salem Al-Dawsari, the left winger. And again, a lot of players coming close to the ball. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players very close to the ball. And then they're looking for these inside diagonals and the counter press. No, with when you play with this kind of relational style, I have mentioned it many times in our tactical classrooms that we have in our website. You can watch it there if you subscribe to our page. That with May Armador on Twitter, with Mufadal, we discuss a lot about the relational style, and also with Jamie Hamilton. That when you are very close to each other with the ball, then you are able to counter press very, very fast. And yeah, not only in counter press, I think they are also a well organized team in the press. We'll see it here. They are basically in a 4-2-4, kind of 4-2-4 against Ecuador. It's more of a zonal block, but we will see now how the right winger steps, the right fullback also steps. They keep stepping, the center forward steps, and the left winger also steps with one of the number 10s. In this case, Musab Al-Jouawir, the number 10 in this kind of 4-2-3-1, is the one following one Ecuador player inside. So they are able to go man-to-man against the Ecuador's back line, and they force Ecuador to lose the ball. So yeah, that's all for this group. Excited to see the games that are coming for this group H. I'm very excited also for the game between Spain and Uruguay, because I will be in Guadalajara watching that game live. And yeah, I will watch Spain, my country, playing in a World Cup for the first time, and also the first time watching a Bielsa team live, which I'm very excited for it. And yeah, I don't know if you guys know, I think I mentioned it in another video, but yeah, I will be in Mexico during all the World Cup, working for a Mexican platform, Apuntes de Rabona, that I recommend for the Spanish speakers. So yeah, I will be there. That's why one of the reasons I'm also preparing this World Cup as good as I can. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. It's not easy to analyze all the 48 teams. I would love to have more time to go deeper to each team, but yeah, sometimes it's difficult. But yeah, I'm trying to do it as best as I can. And yeah, hopefully if you like the content, just give us a like for example, in YouTube, and yeah, you can also follow us in X, and take a look at our website. We have a lot of things there that we offer, and yeah, especially I think one of the most interesting things are the tactical classrooms. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, and see you in the next video.